hold up, I am on my way. I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sun said it is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart.
Hello there, everyone, and welcome to another Vlogmas episode here at Mommy Guide Inc. Okay, so hold on, everyone, while I just want you to show something first before I actually do my All right, everyone, thank you so much for that. Sorry, just a little bit of a tech issue at the beginning of the show, right? Well, anyway, hola, Crafty Vlogmas Familia. Welcome to day 23 of our festive crafting extravaganza. Of course, I'm Mommy Lala, your host, and today we have an incredibly talented guest joining us. None other than Dalis, also known as StamprGrl. Dalis is a tiny Latina artist with a big passion for getting delightfully messy in her craft room. From sharing her vibrant creations to providing step by step tutorials, crafting is an integral part of her daily joy. With an energetic and lively soul, Dallas is all about spreading giggles and creative vibes. At home, she's surrounded by love, a 25 plus year hobby, an amazing 16-year-old daughter, and a couple of lovable greyhounds that add that extra touch of charm. Dulles doesn't just glue things down, she embraces it with gusto, making decisions faster than her brain can change its mind. It's a crafting philosophy we can all appreciate. And for our crafty adventure today, Dallas is here to guide us through the mesmerizing world of watercoloring techniques for card makers. Get ready to explore the beauty of watercolors as Dallas shares her expertise, tips, and tricks to create stunning and handcrafted cards. It's a project that promises not only creativity but also a whole lot of fun. So, without further ado, let's dive into the magical world of watercoloring with Dallas, also known as Stamper Girl. This is it, Pansit. Let's get over my watercolor jitters and bring in first time on Mommy Guide Inc. and Vlogmas, Dallas, aka Stamper Girl. Hello. Hello, Stamper
Hello,
Girl.
hello.
Oh my goodness. Sorry about that tech issue from the beginning.
Mm,
Oh
no
my
worries.
goodness. Okay, so it's good evening for Dallas, right?
Yes, it is 7 o'clock over here in Chicagoland
All
in
right.
the
So
United States. Yep.
okay, there you go. So thank you so much, first and foremost, Dallas, for coming over and agreeing to actually do watercoloring with us. All right. So before we actually head on, okay, dive into the world of watercoloring, let's just say hi to the people in the chat. Of course, we have Dawn. Hello, Dawn. And Jay, first people in the front rows for today. There you go. Yay. Love the intro dancing. Thank you, Jay. And it's so cool that, that StamprGrl is okay to dance with me. Lala, how are you, my dear? Hi, Valerie. I'm doing great, and I hope you are too, Valerie. Thanks for dropping by. All right, so will there be neon watercolors? Probably. I don't know. You guys like you're having such fun. Yes, we are. And of course, hi Roy. Good evening, morning, everyone. I love this intro. Me too, Valerie. Oh, I love this intro too. And hello, Shanna. Okay, so people saying hi to everybody. And Brenda, hi. Hi from Arizona. Thank you so much, Brenda, for joining us. I think these are from Dallas community. Thank you so much. And we have Rich Vibes from the UK. Did you say vibes? Yes, we're referring to you as well, Rich. Okay, and everybody's saying hi to everybody. Hi, Dallas from Brenda. Hello, Don. Yay. And of course, hello, Dallas. It's so nice to see your lovely face. Right? It is. And hi, Don and Jay. Oh, you are in Chicago, says Valerie. I love Garrett's popcorn. Oh, we have it here also,
Mhm.
but I've never been to Chicago, just so you know. There you go. And we have Gretchen. Hi, Gretchen. Gretchen was my very first guest for Vlogmas day one. If you missed that, head on to the playlist. There you go. Love to watercolor. Oh, yes. Gretchen is also, on top of being a photographer, an artist too. Marcus, here's the bot is on the lookout. Yes. Okay. Yes,
He was
because
after Marcus the other day.
yes, there you go. Hi, Marcus. Okay, so going back to my awesome guest, Stapper Girl. Okay, so Dallas, I know that people probably first and foremost they love seeing you, right? Because normally
I
it's
know,
just
I
it.
never have my face in the camera.
So I finally got to. Can we have you on the camera? Oh, okay. So it was so fun. Thank you so much for being such a good sport, Dallas. Okay, so Dallas, we're interested to know how did you actually start with your, creative journey? Where did it all start for you for card making and all of these
So,
things?
so actually, I started with scrapbooking. So, my sister had her baby in January of 2000, and when
Mm-hmm.
she had her baby, of course, I had to buy all the baby things to make scrapbookings. But even before that, she was the one who started me in card making. So I started making cards when I was in probably my senior year in college. So that is 1996.
It's okay.
I don't know. Math is hard, okay? Math
Okay.
is hard. So, so I don't quite remember when, but she's the one who started me with stamping. I got immediately hooked as soon as I saw her heat emboss because hello, the magic of heat embossing does
Yes.
not compare to anything else. If you want to get someone hooked into stamping, get them in front of some heat embossing. So that's how I started. Then I moved to scrapbooking. Then I did digital scrapbooking. Then I came back to card making. I've always made card making in the background, but the last couple years it's been like my frontline thing. So it's what I am enjoying the most. Plus I have years and years of paper that I need to use. So I need to get going. Like to using all that stash, like you can see in the back.
Oh wow. Yes. Okay, that's why also I resonated with you in the chat when we were like chatting with other in our other friends' channel because like when something is mentioned that's kind of, from a bit older generations like, oh, I have that, and you know it as well. It's like, oh, we know this, Dallas, right?
Yes, like I still have my original tiny little red psychic, and I have things that like before we even had the chance of using an embossing folder, there were
Mm-hmm.
these texture plates by Fiskars that we loved and enjoyed, and I still have all of mine, and I still use them because I love them. So I don't get rid of anything because I
Exactly.
tend
This
to find, yeah, because I tend to find that if I get rid of something, then it comes back into being a new trend.
exactly, right? So, and you know what? It's like it's coming back again. So all the things that we used to like were using now it's coming back, right? So it's just like
Yeah, quilling
fashion.
is back. Like I
Exactly.
remember, yeah, quilling was super, super, super in the 90s, and now it's back again.
Exactly. So I said, okay, so you know what I did so that I won't feel so guilty about all the things that I have and never actually use anymore. I created a club. Okay. I have what they call a Joyful Crafters Club. So where I can
Oh,
share all of these tools, all of these extra materials that I have to other crafters who may not have the capacity or probably doesn't even know if they like it or not, right? So I open it up to a club, right? So that is one way to actually not feel so guilty about all the stuff.
that is fun. I
Exactly,
want to be part of
exactly.
that club. I need to go visit you guys over there.
Man,
You
that would
guys
be
have the,
awesome.
I know, right? Trying to convince the hobby.
Okay. All right. Okay, yes, and tell me I'll be your overall tour guide here. So
Yeah.
so Dallas, let's go back to watercolor. Okay. So
Okay.
where and when did you fall in love with this medium?
So watercolor to me was the one medium that everybody told me it's the hardest. Oh, don't start with watercolor. Watercolor is hard. And I was like, what? But I love the colors. So I love the softness that you get with watercolors. But you can also, lately, we have gotten so many different kinds of watercolors lately that now you get these vibrant colors too. And I think it's just a look that you cannot recreate with anything else.
Oh
You know,
wow.
you could blend and it would look soft, but it does not look like watercolor. So I started watercoloring because people told me it was too hard. And I wanted to prove them wrong. I wanted to prove them that I could do it and that it wasn't hard and that anyone could do it.
All right. So thank you so much for, reinforcing the thought that it's easy. All right. So
It is
I
easy.
also like the look of watercolor. That's why I said when, remember that adult watercoloring thing, a few years back, maybe a decade or so ago, where everybody was like, everything was watercoloring. And so
Mhm.
from, watercolor, color pencils, what have you. So I said, okay, I got them all, but never really got to actually use them. And I think my fear stems from the fact that watercolor is just something you cannot tame. You say, stay there. You cannot. It kind of
Yes.
moves. So that somehow freaks me out when I say, no, don't move, stay there. So that's the thing I have with watercolor. But I think that's also part and parcel of the awesomeness of it, right? And
So
also,
it's
yes.
all in the water amount that you use. So
Mm,
watercolor is all about the amount of water that you're using with your product. So all the products are going to move different in different kinds of paper and with different amounts of water. But you get to control all those colors with just the amount of water that you use. So
okay.
it's a lot of
Amount of water.
practice, but again, I it's not like I would do anything that is realistic. I love loose watercolor. Loose watercolor means playing with the colors and
Mm-hmm.
kind of letting them do what they do.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Again, thank you so much, Marcus, for the super chat and temporarily giving you moderator status as well, my friend. Sorry about that, because my moderator somehow is missing in action. So there you go. And say, okay, saying hi also to, okay, this Dawn saying hi to Pam and to Jay. And we have PJB Stamper. Who's PJB
Oh, that's
Stamper?
Pam. Hi,
Pam. Yes,
Pam.
Pam. Okay. And Blossom is I mix them up all the time. Uh, Pam and Blossom. So okay, thank you so much, Pam. And of course we have Dan. I came for Lala, staying for Bal's barbecue. Thank you so much, Dan. Dan is the honest accomplice, and they are friends from the Ecam fam and Valerie as well. Okay, Lala
Oh.
saved me from the bot. Yes, because now you're moderator. Okay, there you go. Yes, the translucency of watercolor is hard to replicate. Yes, and that is also why I find it hard to, do the layering or like the shadowing effect that we kind of can do with alcohol markers. So there you go. I've placed it all there. And of course, we have Lynn. Hi, Lynn. Guys, we had Lynn yesterday. So if you missed that awesome live stream, head on to that later on. And of course, everybody saying hi to Lynn. Dalis makes everything look easy. Yes, because she's
She's
always
just too sweet to me.
giggling. Right? Yeah, there you go. And of course, Brenda and Dawn also saying hi, and Pam to Lynn. Hi, everyone. Finally, my moderator daughter is awake. There you go. Hi, Sammy. Yes,
Hey, Sammy.
yes, she does, Lynn. She's so uninhibited and just goes for it. Yes, that's why I think she finally, made me agree to do watercolor live. That part where watercolor wanders on its own is one of the things I love about it. See, so for Gretchen,
Yes.
that's what's awesome. For me, that's the part that's scary. Having them, where they're supposed to is scary enough. Having them move is scarier, right? So then we go. And whimsical watercolor is my favorite to do, said Gretchen. Guys, you should check out Gretchen. She's actually a very awesome artist, images by Gretchen, as well as a great children's book storyteller. Right, so if you have not
Oh,
checked her out, check her.
wonderful.
It's really amazing. It's Pam's birthday. Oh my goodness, Pam! Happy
Happy birthday,
birthday!
Pam!
Happy birthday! Balloons for you! Thank you so much, Pam, for staying with us on your birthday. I hope you like this. This
Wow.
episode is dedicated to you. Happy birthday, my friend. Okay, only 6 likes, but 20 watching. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you for the
Thank you,
reminder.
Lynn.
Yes, of course, we have Roy, my dear, also content creator friend. If you are a crafter and you are afraid of tech, okay, you're not afraid of anything crafty, but you're afraid of tech, but you want to manage this, so head on to Tech Troublemakers YouTube channel. He does a lot of tips as well. And for Marcus, he's actually a great community builder. Right, so Marcus saying hi to Roy and the honest accomplice, Barbecue Valerie. Happy birthday, Pam from Lynn. Okay, everybody saying hi to everybody now. Yes, Pam's birthday is also the winter solstice. It was yesterday for us. It is today for you guys, right? It wasn't true.
Yep.
I wouldn't say it. That is yes. If it wasn't true, that's true, Lynn. Hello, Roy from Dawn. Okay, there you go. Happy birthday, yay, Pam! So everybody saying happy birthday again to Pam. Thank you so much for staying and being with us. Okay, so now let us start. I know you guys are very excited about this. I know that there are several techniques about how to go about watercolor. See, I know you know somehow the logic behind it, but actually doing it is a different thing, right? So but before we actually go into the different techniques, maybe let's talk about the basics first, Dallas. Okay,
Okay.
so okay, let's put Dallas on spotlight. There you go.
So, um, let's start by decom there's so many different types of watercolors. The way you will find them out there in the stores.
Mm-hmm.
The most common, I think, people think of watercolors and they are thinking about these watercolor
Oh.
pans. They come something like this, and they're like just little tiny squares of pigment.
Mm-mm.
Mine's are stuck because they have been used, so they're stuck in the bottom. But they're just little squares of pigment that come in a tray. Sometimes they come individual, and you add water to activate them. It could be, so this one is by Artistro, and I actually recommend this one so much. It's a great bright color, and it has, guess what? My neon colors that I love so much.
Okay,
So
there you
my
go.
neon colors are right down here. So that was one of the reasons I got this set. And they are truly neon. Like they're really nice and bright.
Okay.
So I
So you
love this
swatch
set.
them, right? So
Yes.
with
So
watercoloring, yes.
most of the sets will come with a watercolor paper and a swatch that you can just complete. This set is super nice because it has a little foam where you can dab the extra water. It has your water paintbrush. It has a regular paintbrush if you like more a paintbrush effect. It has a pencil and eraser and a sharpener for your pencil in case you're like sketching. So a lot of people have these the Prima sets, which
Mm-mm.
cough, cough. I know Lala have some of these. Um,
Have. Okay, just have. Okay.
yeah. So I have again swatch here again. I brought the bright colors out, and so these like some time ago you couldn't create these colors. Like you could not get this vibrant colors in watercolors. So that
Mm-mm.
is super nice that we have them now. It could be that you have watercolor pencils. I have my Staedtlers, but they come in different brands.
Mm-hmm.
There are Prisma has watercolor pencils, Strathmore, oh my God, so many.
Yes.
And they all more or less work the same, except for the intense pencils, which are more an ink base. So we will play with the pencils because I think people get the pencils and then they get a little frustrated because it doesn't look like watercolor. And I want to show you what is a trick about using watercolor pencils, which is a super simple um, tip that is going to take you to be getting your watercolor pencils out all the time. You will love it, and it's seriously super easy. So there's watercolor pencils. There are also watercolor sticks. There are distress crayons that are water based. There are, this is my bag of gelatos, which is again another watercolor medium. Um, but I'm gonna show you also how to use. I got watercolor liquids. Let's see. This one is by Ecoline. I have Amsterdam acrylic ink that I use as watercolor. I have some glitter watercolor inks by Bree Reese. These are
Oh
super
wow.
fun. These are so much fun. Wait until you see them. You're gonna want them, Lala.
Okay. Dalis, hold on. Okay, I just want to thank Marcus. Marcus just gifted 5 Mommy Guide Inc. memberships to the people who are not yet members. Okay, go and grab that one. Okay, thank you so much, Marcus. He's so generous and super supportive. Thank you, my dear friend. He just
Marcus,
gifted
that is so
five Mommy
sweet.
Guide Inc. memberships. Get a hold of that, guys. Thank you so much again, Marcus. Okay. So those are is there a difference, Dallas, for these kinds of different watercolors? Let's say, is there something that's easier for beginners and then maybe for more advanced? So which
So
one is
I
do
would
you think
say
easiest for us to use as a beginner?
beginners, I would start with pencils,
Okay,
or I
pencil.
would start with the pans, watercolors.
Okay.
Those, in my opinion, are the easiest ones to play with. But they're pretty much all a little bit. You treat them all the same.
The same.
So I
Okay.
also love using distress inks as watercolors. but
Oh,
I
all
love
right.
using the
The
reinkers
inkers.
because they're so much potent than just the cube. I know that you probably have seen a lot of people that take their distress ink and just
Yeah.
put it in a palette and use it from there.
Yeah, they
And that is
smoosh it,
great,
right?
and you
Yes,
could
and then
totally
watermarking.
use it like that. But the color will never be as bright, as vibrant as if you use the actual distress reinker. If you buy the reinkers, you get a much bigger possibilities of values because you're going to go from a
Mm,
much vibrant and darker color to very, very light.
exactly. Okay, so there you go.
And
So,
then I also, okay, so these are, I'm going to show you now my ultimate favorite ones.
okay, so dun 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 dun. Okay, this look very expensive.
These I would say are the hardest one to use.
Oh.
They're Nicholson's Peerless watercolors, and the watercolor is actually attached to a piece of paper.
Whoa. So how do you
Yeah,
get
so
it
this
off
is your
there? Water?
Yeah, so this
Okay.
is your watercolor, and you bring your there's a few ways you could use it from your paintbrush that is wet and remove it from here, which is what I usually do. When you're creating bigger, when you want like a big amount of paint, what you do is you tear a piece of the paper
Uh-huh.
and you get a container with water and you dip it in there to create your
Oh.
watercolor in the container itself.
Oh,
But
wow.
these are so I think I may
These are
have their
super
entire
artist
collection.
grade, probably.
Yes,
Really,
these
really.
are artist grade. They will not fade with the sunlight. They are super transparent in colors. These are just amazing.
I
They
love it.
blend. They are seriously, if you can get your hands on these ones, do not look at that price because that price is probably from 20 years ago. Um, but
Wow.
they have different collections. They are under Nicholson's Peerless watercolors on Instagram. If you guys want to check them out, it is an amazing. This says complete edition. Now they have probably like 5 or 6 different sets of this. I only have like 4 of their sets, so I'm out 2 sets that I need to get my hands on, but these are my
Wow.
favorite. And I will show you a little bit how they work at the end. But again, this one is a little bit more of a harder to use because you
Okay.
have to mix your own colors and you
Oh,
have to
yeah.
really know
Okay.
how to control your water.
Okay,
Yeah.
absolutely not for me. Okay, so for those who are like me, beginners, okay, not Nicholson's Peerless Paper, not yet. Okay, so let's now go and dive into okay the basics, Dallas. So, what do we
Okay.
need on top of watercolors? So you have shown us
So
different options. Mm-hmm.
you are gonna need some watercolor paper. So sorry. So watercolor paper, and a lot of people immediately go, okay, so what watercolor paper is your favorite? That is going to vary from person to person. My favorite paper might not be your favorite paper. So I don't want to tell you what my favorite paper is because I don't want you to go and run and get that paper. And if that paper doesn't work, you say, oh, I'm not good at watercolor paper. So, because every person and their amount of water that they use and the paintbrushes that they use is going to affect, and the paper it's going to affect. So 10 people can be using the same paper, the same watercolor, and it's going to look different in the paper because of the amount of
Mm-mm.
water that you're using. So,
Mm-mm.
what I'm going to tell you is just get yourself some watercolor paper. Get yourself whatever is it that you can afford. Get yourself water paper. Sometimes it's called mixed media paper. Mixed media paper works wonderfully with watercolors too. Okay? So
Mm-hmm.
if you see some mixed media paper on sale, clearance, grab it. Get your hands on it and play with it
So
until
it
you get a
doesn't have
favorite.
to be
Okay?
always watercolor paper. So you can use like mixed media paper. That's fine.
Yep. You can use mixed media paper. You know what? If you don't have it, another thing that works pretty good if you don't use too much water is Bristol Smooth.
Oh yeah,
So if
also.
you don't use too much water, if you stay in the dry side of the watercolors, and I'll explain what that means in a little bit, then you can use Bristol Smooth. I sometimes use just regular cardstock.
Oh,
If I want yeah, it's just a matter of not flooding your paper. You want to use, I'm sorry,
oh,
a
okay, it's
little bit
okay.
of water.
Mm-hmm.
I have a cold coming on, so I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I feel,
A
I hope
little
you're
bit of
okay.
water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. A little bit of water and not flooding and drying in between. So watercolors is about patience and
Mm-hmm.
doing layers. You don't
Okay.
your first layer is not at all what your image is gonna look like.
You mentioned
So
layers.
in
So for me, watercolor is
yes,
just one layer. I put it and that's it.
exactly. I know. So that's the trick about it. People think that it's like when you're coloring with markers something else that you put a layer and you're done. You put
Mm-hmm.
your three colors in. So watercolors, it's about layering, about waiting for it to dry or be cold dry, which
Mm-hmm.
I'll explain what that is in a little bit, to put your next layer, okay?
Okay.
And just building the colors because once you put it, it's really hard to take it away, but
Oh
you
yeah,
can keep
that's the
adding
thing.
layers.
Yes. So there is
Mhm.
no like
So
blender ink or
no, so
something that
let
we
me
can
show
use.
you. I'm gonna reach over here. So let
Okay.
me show you this card that I have here. So this Santa, there are probably, I'm gonna say between 5 and 7 layers for
Oh,
his red.
really? Wow.
Yes, but you don't have to do 5 or 6 layers or 7. You can do 2 or 3 and be happy with it. So this tree right here has a
Mm-hmm.
good 11 layers on it.
Oh,
But
11
since I
layers.
like, I know, since I like to work on the dry side, means I don't use a lot of water. I
Okay.
can almost like color a hat, move to the clothes, and then go back to the hat because the hat is almost dry already. So it's ready to be applied the second layer.
Oh, so you kind of let it aside for a while and move on to another part of okay, your
Yes, so what I do
image.
is I keep moving from pieces to pieces that are not necessarily touching, so my colors don't blend.
Okay. So maybe they want to see exactly what you mean. Okay, so let's start
Yes.
watercoloring. My
Okay.
goodness. Okay, another
So
super chat
first
from
thing
Marcus.
first.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, guys. You are so awesome people. Merry Christmas to us all. Okay. So you work with today you are working with a watercolor paper?
I am using watercolor paper
Okay.
and I'm gonna do two different things to show you because I also like I was mentioning to Lala, I want to be able to for those of you that may not have any watercolors
Mhm.
in your possession right now because you don't know if it's gonna be something that you're gonna like or not.
Mm.
I want to try a few things to show you that you can use what you have in your stash, okay?
Okay.
So I'm gonna start.
Okay. Oh,
I
there.
have
I can I have a
the
question in
yes.
Dallas. Okay, so I yes, you are going to be stamping. One of the issues or questions that I normally get asked, as if I know how
Mhm.
to do watercolor, is that what kind of inks, if you want to stamp
Yes.
images, to use that's safe or will not, bleed with watercolor.
So you want, it's very important that you want a water safe ink. And
Water.
when I say water safe ink, in my case, I use VersaFine. This is my ultimate favorite watercolor ink.
Mm-hmm.
What I do is I look at the back of my inks and I look and this one says perfect for using for watercolors. So that's why I got it and I actually love it.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure that in the back it says it's the waterproof or like they tell you that it's good for watercolors. If it's a great ink for your alcohol markers, it is most likely not a great ink for watercolors
Okay.
unless it's a hybrid. Hybrid would
Okay.
be okay for either one. But if you have one of those, I think it's, uh,
Memento? Yeah, I think
I'm
Memento
trying to,
cannot.
yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
like, I cannot make Memento work for my watercolors. It always bleeds on me. So
Mm-hmm.
that's one thing. So you want something that is waterproof. And I am using today the adorable poppy set from
Oh, that's so
Crafting Kimi.
cute.
I know they're
Oh,
adorable.
covered with
Santa
lights.
paws.
Oh,
It's
awesome.
so cute. This one is by Crafting Kimi. She's a company in Canada. I love her to pieces. And I'm gonna stamp with my VersaFine.
Okay.
Lala, do you have something to stamp that is
Yes.
waterproof?
Yes,
Okay,
I
perfect.
actually used okay, so there guys. So I actually already stamped it. I'm gonna be using okay because I like big ones so that it's easier for me to work
Oh,
on
it's
either that or
gorgeous.
this one. So these are actually from Altenew. Okay, this one is the bigger one is outline stamp seasonal blooms, and this one is magnolia blooms. Again, because it's easier for me, I think if it's like a big wide thing, right? So I used VersaFine Claire, the black one.
Yeah.
There you go
It's
for
yep,
this
that
one.
ink is beautiful. And
Mm-hmm.
I love that I see that you taped it to the board. I love that.
Oh, because it kept on, going around like that. Because it came from a roll. My watercolor paper is like in a big roll. So I have to cut it into
Oh.
specific sizes. But it keeps on rolling on me. So that's why I decided to, get this one. Don't worry, guys. This is really for crafting. I don't use it for food because it's a chopping board, right?
Yeah, your
So
chopping board. You're gonna do a little bit
yeah, it's a
cut
crafty chopping board.
your favorite veggies for good pancit.
Okay, so there you go. So there we can see Dallas already putting ink on the okay on the stamp,
Just
and
getting
then
these puppies in here.
yes.
And I am gonna let them, I know yours has been drying up, but I'm gonna leave these to dry up for a little bit, okay?
Okay. So you do need to let it dry. Even though it's a water safe or water resistant ink, still
Yes.
let it dry, guys. So don't immediately like start coloring. I also did that, so I know
No.
it's wrong. So there you go. And thank you,
Now,
Cordelia, for becoming a member and for being here as well. Yes. She said
another
finally.
thing that I'm gonna show you, and I'm gonna put it in the same piece of paper,
Mm-hmm.
is that I am gonna do something that maybe is something that people would not expect. So I am gonna use an ink pad that is not safe to use.
What do
Okay?
you mean? What ink pad that's not safe to use?
So it would be any ink pad that is like a dye base.
Oh. Oh, yes, dye based. Okay.
So
So,
anything like Simon says, not hybrid, just regular dye base.
okay, like the Alta new ones also are dye based. Latina
Yes.
case are dye based. I think also.
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use this one that is it's a slate or a gray, like a gray
Okay.
bluish color. And I am actually going to stamp my puppy with that ink.
Okay.
Well,
On a
so
regular, on a watercolor paper still. Okay.
yeah, still watercolor paper, but
Oh, I
this
like the
technique
color
can be
of that
done.
one because it would look like a no mark or no line watercoloring, right?
Yes. So I want specifically for this color to bleed because I'm
Oh,
using gray because that puppy kind of looks like a baby, like a puppy husky,
uh-huh.
and I'm thinking, "Oh, maybe I can use that in my advantage." So I'm using my Misty, and this is a good trick for a Misty because
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna color it in here and then I'm gonna stamp it back and you'll see what I mean.
Oh, you're gonna color
So
the
I
okay.
I'm gonna let me move my Misty out of the way so you guys It's a little bit clearer to see in the white background. So
Okay.
I'm right here on my image that it's in the ink that it's not safe to stamp, okay?
Okay.
Or watercolor, okay? So this, the trick for this, and I'm gonna do it this way because it's easier. If you have any of these ink pads, I usually just press the middle a few times like this,
Okay.
and it transfers ink into the lid, and that is your watercolor palette.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's
See,
a
I told
hack.
you. Yeah, little hacks like this help so much. So I'm bringing a little bit of water and I'm gonna keep it outside. I'm bringing a small brush. This is, this is like a 4 round,
Okay, four
and
round.
I'm just gonna dip it in my color in the lid just to grab a little bit. And I'm just gonna bring and just touch the puppy. I'm not doing anything fancy. And just bringing the water into the
Okay.
puppy.
Since
And
this
what
ink
it's
is
gonna
not
do,
supposed to be watercolor safe, so we expect a little bit of bleeding, right?
yes, you do. And you
Okay.
want that bleeding.
Okay. So not too much water. Not too
Nope,
much.
that is all the amount that I'm using. Look at how little.
Okay.
I'm like barely using any water at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I have my towel next to me, and I'm gonna dab to take the excess out, and I'm gonna come to the puppy. And if I see that starts puddling, I'm gonna dab again and touch it again.
Okay.
And look, I'm not being careful at all. Just bringing a little bit of water and moving the lines. I'm really scrubbing the lines. Okay? I
Awesome.
almost run out of water. I brought water. I'm going to dip, dip. I'm going to bring and scrub.
Okay.
So let
Oh.
me bring it up so you can see it.
Oh, yes.
You see how
It's
the
not,
lines are a little blurry?
yeah, but not really bad. It's actually okay,
No. And it
right?
depends on the color that you're using. Usually
Mm-hmm.
pinks, purples, and reds are the ones that move the most.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea why, but those colors usually move the most. Um, all the other colors tend to like stay pretty much in place. So since you notice how little water I use, like I use almost no water,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a drop, couple drops. That means that I am ready to put my second layer on that.
Oh,
So what
oh.
I'm gonna do is I'm
So if that
thinking
was me, that's it. Pansit, that's done. Right?
exactly.
So no highlights, no nothing, right? So it's blah looking, right? So that's the thing. You can actually go back to it and add another
Y-
layer.
Yes, you come with a tiny bit, another drop of water. I'm gonna
Hmm.
come back to grab a little bit more color, dab, dab. Well, I'm out of the. You're gonna dab, dab,
Uh-huh.
and you are going to bring. I'm gonna make him a spotty dog, and I
Oh,
find
okay. I
like I
want
need a
to
little
zoom.
bit more of color, so I'm gonna
Yeah,
press
I'm zooming
again, get more
in.
ink out, and I'm gonna just make him have a little tiny spot here in near the rear of the dog, near the butt.
Oh, okay. So the concepts about how you do your coloring in what do you call this? Alcohol ink marker based. Okay, same concept, same. Right? So you look
Yes.
for where the
Hmm.
shadow should be.
Yep.
Oh,
And I'm
that's so
just like in this
cute.
case, I'm just making like markings for what, like how dogs are never all the same. Most of the time are never all the same color. They have like a spot here and a spot there. And that's what I'm creating here. I'm just creating spots, and it looks weird. And that's another thing that I need you, Lala, to embrace. I need you to embrace that everything is going to have an ugly face.
And that's
There's going to be a
okay.
point when you look at your project and you say, oh my God, that's ugly. And that is okay, because
Okay.
it is ugly because you're not done. You're not finished. So don't throw it away. Don't put it away. It's just that you're not finished, that it needs more work. But every project has an ugly face. It's just
Okay.
has a face where you're not done. Okay?
Okay. So, guys, if you are loving this and if you have watercolors at home and then you want to craft alongside us, please do so. Pull out those watercolor stuff that you've had forever but never actually used. I'm sure probably Gretchen is actually doing a little bit of watercoloring herself. So
Yeah,
go
and
ahead.
ask questions.
Yes, and please
Hmm.
do ask the questions. Let me check in on the chat a little bit. Okay, so yes, Jay said I think Kaser wants Dallas to do some cats because these are the dogs. And Jay said, "Are you going to touch up the face?" Yeah, yes, I think she will. Jay,
Yep, we will
okay.
get there.
And Lynn said, "Dip,
Because
dip,
again,
scrub,
this is
scrub."
only step two.
Okay. No, step two. Yes, I remember you said sometimes you do like 7, 11, like that, right?
Yeah. It's all about, I'm sorry, I did not bring the one thing that I told you to bring, I did not bring, which is my paper towel. There you go.
Oh.
Okay, I'm back with my paper towel. Okay, there you go. Okay, so I brought some red. So my base is gray, and I'm gonna go on top of that gray with my red, because now that gray is gonna
Mm.
turn into my shadows. You see how my pinkish red does not get, still stays bright, because now that became a base layer, okay? That's your shadow layer or base layer. So we're
Oh.
gonna do the little,
Shanna says that is so cute, Dallas. It is, right, Shanna? And yes, Marcus is
right?
part of our community, and we're so like how amazed how it's like. I think it's like super early morning in Switzerland right now, but he's still with us in the chat. Marcus, it's
Oh my
okay.
God, thank you so
Yes, if
much.
you do need to go to sleep, my friend, that's the plan, Marcus. No, don't go to sleep and just stay awake.
I know. We'll be here on the replay.
4 a.m. live. Oh my goodness, guys. Thank you so much. Okay, so this is you. Okay, this is a pen? Color, watercolor pencil.
Yes. So
Okay.
somebody wants watercolor pencils?
Okay, there you go, guys. So you can
We
even
I'll
mix.
do whatever you, if you guys have it at home, most likely I have that type of watercolor in my hands, and and we'll try it and I'll show you. And
So it
I
doesn't have to
promise to
be
give
like
you,
Dallas, only one kind of watercolor. No, you can mix
oh no.
and match. Oh, cool.
Yes. So here I started with that dye base ink, and now I'm using my liquid glitter watercolor inks by Bria Reese,
Mm-hmm.
which is the red that I used.
Okay, so how do
And
you
I'm gonna
use
let
those
this,
liquid ones? So do you need to add more water to them since they're already liquid or no more?
yes. So I use, and I was outside of the view. So let me see if I can
Okay,
show
sorry,
you.
I zoomed it
So,
a bit so that they can
oh,
see
no
you like.
worries.
Okay,
So
there you go.
I literally use this. Here is the red that I was
Yes.
using. I used a tiny bit of the red and
Uh-huh.
the water in my paintbrush. And from there, I mix until I like the color. There's not a real magic of how much water in terms of for the color. It's just whatever color you like. So I like this bright red. It's gorgeous, but it's so bright. Like it really is.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like
So just a
coming
tiny,
and
tiny, right? So a tiny bit goes a long, long way.
especially on this liquid watercolors. Like I could watercolor almost an entire scene with that just drop of red.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's that vibrant. Okay, so my doggy looks a little bit sick because his lines are a little bit iffy, but that's okay because I am not done with it. So now that I have 2 layers on him, I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna wait for it to dry a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work on the other guys, and I'm gonna come with that trick that I told you I was gonna bring with the watercolor pencils, okay?
Okay.
So for watercolor pencils, even so I showed you this is my big baby, my 60 piece watercolor
Oh, the
pencil by
Stadler. Okay.
Statler.
Uh-huh.
I love this. They are not necessarily the best quality in terms of they're not as smooth as some others,
Mm-hmm.
like the Caran d'Ache,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
you get this many colors, and there's a second set underneath. Look at
Mm-hmm.
this, Lala.
Oh, yeah.
So you get
Ta-da!
all
Grand
that for
reveal.
a very, very reasonable price, okay?
Awesome. Okay. So there's a question here in the chat asking what sort of mixing palette are you using? Said Jay. I think this
Okay,
is
so
waffle
right
flower.
now I'm actually using my silicone mat as my palette.
Yeah, I think that's
If
waffle
you
flower,
are
right?
going to if you're gonna save your colors, like let's say that you're using some of your liquid watercolors or your pan watercolors and you mix a color that you really, really like, and you're one of those people that like to use that color back, I would recommend you to um, just buy yourself a ceramic um,
Mm.
white, make sure that it's white, a
Mm-hmm.
ceramic white palette to save your colors in there because then you can activate them with water. And I have a few that I love, but they're downstairs that have my favorite colors of teals that I have mixed in. And I keep using and coming back. And that palette probably has 3 years and I'm still using it. And when I run
Wow.
out of those colors, I mix them again. I let them dry. And then when I'm going to use them again, I just activate them again.
Okay. So guys, I'm just focusing on Dallas's workspace because I really want you to like see. But don't worry, guys. I'm doing a little bit okay on my end. Okay, trying to like apply what Dallas is telling me. Okay. So I think Jay what
So Lala, make sure
yes.
that when you're using the colors, dab on your paper towel so
Oh
you don't
yes.
have too much water.
Yes. Okay. So I
Because
think
I
this is
think
uh-huh.
yeah,
That's
I
too
think
it's too wet.
when you're saying that you don't like how the colors move, it's making me think that you might be using a little bit too much water.
Yeah, so normally I just put water first, so no more. Just do it with my brush and then I pick up the color and then I just do like that.
Especially if you're using a water brush like the one that you're using
Yeah,
that
I'm
it's
using a
filled with
water
water
brush.
because those
And
water
then
brushes
this
are constantly putting water.
water, yes. So I'm not trying to press it anymore.
Yes. So they're
Okay.
constantly, even if you don't press, they're constantly putting water
Water.
on your paper
Okay.
versus a paintbrush that you have a little bit more control of it.
Okay. So
Okay,
this is
so
it,
I know
right,
that
Dallas?
somebody
This is
mentioned,
something like that, but the bigger one has like containers onto the side.
yeah,
And then
and I got this one probably at Amazon.
yeah. And
Like if
guys,
you just look for silicone mat,
I'm
you'll
good
find
at
it. So
buying stuff, Dallas. Like, look at this. This is a
I
ceramic
know.
thing, right? So kitchen,
Oh
kitchen
yes,
air,
those are amazing.
very
So here
cheap.
I have a fun,
You can use that.
yeah, a few colors that I mixed in. And the reason I have not, like the other day, I think it was Bianca that asked me why I hadn't cleaned my silicone mat, and it's
Uh-huh.
because I actually those colors that I mixed, I love them so much that I didn't want to get rid of them, so I want to use them again.
That's
So
right.
I left them there and they're dry, but if I add a drop of water, I can activate it and use it again.
Oh, wow.
So why not? Right? Okay,
Right.
so I am gonna
Awesome.
come. So I am actually bringing my smaller set of Statler. So
This
you know
this
that
is
you
so
can do
nice,
this with a
Dallas,
smaller
that
set.
you are showing us, that you can actually use the different kinds of watercolors that you have and not just focus on just one, and that's fine.
No, yeah,
So, I mean, the techniques will work with any. So that is super
it will work with
nice.
anything.
Yes.
Yes. So here I got some pinks. I got some blues. What do you want? Pink or blue?
Gosh.
Sorry.
So let's see. Oh my gosh. Choices, choices. Okay, let's go for.
Choices,
Okay,
choices.
since we have one with a red hat already, so maybe
So
this
let's go
one.
for blue.
Yes. Okay, so
Okay,
I
perfect.
I hope you're okay
So,
with that, guys.
oh, okay. So let's do the blues. So for here's your tip for watercolor
Yes,
pencils.
Juj. Okay,
For
pencils. Okay,
watercolor
tips.
pencils is the only time that I'm gonna tell you you're only gonna do one layer, Lala.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Oh, oh, you're liking that, right?
Yeah, it's ooh, that's my kind of okay,
Okay,
one layer. Good.
yes. So, and I'm gonna put it up here so you can see it. So you're gonna mix your colors, but you're gonna do it in your image. I just want to show
Oh,
you.
directly to the
So what
image.
you're gonna do is, so imagine, and I'm gonna do it on my hat here. I'm gonna put one color here, my lighter color, and I'm gonna leave an open space. And then, but I wanted to show you how it looks when we color it. And then you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna put a second color. Those two colors are might be too close. And then I'm gonna bring the darker color just where my shadow would be. I want you to look and see,
Oh,
right?
yes,
So I
I
have
see it. I
space in
see.
between that I did not
Mm-hmm.
touch, has absolutely no color. And then the other ones, I layer my pencils, okay? Now I'm gonna come with a little bit of water, and you may have a water. I need to fill up my water bottle. Okay, there you go. Okay, so I'm gonna come,
Okay.
picked up water from my brush with my brush. I'm gonna dab with my paint with my paper towel. I'm actually dabbing, I would say most of it. Like I'm dabbing a lot. And
Mm-hmm.
then I'm gonna come
So just very, very little.
from the darkest color where you put it, and I'm gonna just touch it with my paint, the point of my paintbrush, but I'm not dragging it into my light where there's no color. I'm just mixing my colors in
Okay,
my image.
Dallas, the
Yes.
cat moms and the cat parents are asking their cats are being offended because they're not seeing a cat in here. Just kidding.
Oh, I might need to put a cat in there. Okay.
Just
I
kidding.
have
Yes.
plenty of cat, Cordelia. You know that.
Oh
Okay.
yes, yes.
So I am mixing all my colors in the paper. And then I'm gonna come back to my water. I'm gonna grab more clear water. I'm gonna dab it in my paper towel. And now I'm gonna come from the middle and I'm gonna drag those colors in.
Oh,
Okay?
okay, okay. That's why you just need a tiny, tiny, bit. There you
And
go.
now you have a gradient of your dark to
Okay.
your light.
Yes, that's it. That's the word gradient.
Yeah.
Right? Gradient. Yes, there you
So
go.
if you, because what I'm doing is I'm mixing, oh, I forgot to put my darkest color in there. So my darkest color would be in a corner. So when I come
Okay.
with my water, what I'm doing is I'm mixing all three colors.
Oh,
And then when I come back with my water, I'm just
So just
moving
really
it
a tiny,
more.
tiny tad of water.
It
Okay.
is barely a drop or two.
Okay.
You see how your gradient gets created?
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's gradient. I think it looks so easy to do. I know Dallas would say yes, it's easy. Okay, I think I'm doing it again. So much water again. Okay, but it's practice, right? It's practice. You see, it's
It's a lot of practice.
how awesome the hat is. And Lynn said team teal. Yes, we do know Lynn
Yeah,
loves
Team
teal.
Teal.
Jay, you have
Yes.
3 carandash. That's three more than me.
Oh my
so
God, yes.
so Lynn doesn't have carandash. Okay,
I
you see.
have like a set of maybe 12 Carandash,
Oh my
and
gosh.
I love them.
I
They're
love
my
them, but I
ultimate
have like,
favorite.
very, very limited because they're very expensive. And I only got
They
them
are.
when they were like on sale because it's really kind of expensive. But they really blend like butter, right? Okay, I
They
kind of
do. They blend with no effort whatsoever.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanna do a stream building a new palette. Okay, that's great, Jay. I would want to actually that's a question I would wanted to ask. I forgot. like
Okay.
okay, when you do your palette, is it like a must? Like in my case, I don't have palettes for anything, right? All my watercolors don't have palettes. So is that something that we actually should start with before we do anything?
I don't think so. So I usually what I would do, and I have actually a pattern paper here that I
Uh-huh.
brought with exactly that idea to show you. This is super old, but I love this Prima pattern paper pack.
Uh-huh.
And when I pick colors, Lala, I usually pick depending on the pattern paper that I'm gonna use. And sometimes I don't even end up using the pattern paper, but I love the colors that they did for them, and I want to get and match them. So like
Oh.
this green, this beautiful
So
jewel
it's more
tone
for
green.
inspiration, right?
Yes. So this
Mm.
jewel tone green, I would create a color with my palette and maybe save it because I love this green and I know I would come back to it. But to be realistic, people that create palettes, it's just because they're gonna make either a lot of projects with the same color palette or they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna create a big piece of art.
Okay. I have a question for you, Dallas.
Mhm.
Okay. Once let's say the watercolor dried up already, is it still possible for me to reactivate it by adding water once it's already dried?
Yes.
Oh,
So
okay.
for most watercolors, yes. If you're using intense watercolors, no. Intense watercolors are a ink. Um, it's like a India ink base kind of deal because they act like that. Once they're dry, you cannot move them. But everything else you can.
Oh, like the
That does not
watercolors,
mean
the liquid watercolors can?
yes, you can.
Okay.
So if I were to, and let's do it.
Okay.
If I come back, you know what? I have a purple on my liquid
Okay.
watercolor.
Okay.
So I am going to bring a tiny bit of this purple into my palette. And again, that drop in there,
Uh-huh.
seriously, I could create easily with that drop of watercolor. I could create 5 A2 size background.
Oh wow.
That's how potent that is. So I'm gonna go, I'm gonna, what I did was get some water in my paintbrush just to make sure that it's clean. I'm gonna dab it in my paper towel and I'm gonna put this, just the tip of my brush in there. And this is gonna be bright. Okay, so look how
Okay.
bright that is. I don't know if you can zoom in.
Yes,
Like
yes.
that is super bright. And I'm gonna bring a little bit of water
Okay,
and
there
I'm
you
gonna
go.
just lighten it up. So you see, we got a nice purple, and I'm gonna
Okay.
dab it in my paper towel, and I'm gonna put it on top of my red.
Okay, okay. Awesome.
And what that is gonna do is gonna create a little bit of a shadow. And actually, for those that are watching, purple, it's an amazing shadow color. Instead
Oh.
of using a black or a gray, use a purple and try it out. Purples make amazing shadows because they're a more active color. It tends to bounce better with other colors. So, and I want you to look at it. Now look at how our little puppy goes
Oh.
from a darker red purplish color to a more pink. Can you
Oh.
guys see it?
Yes. Amazing. And I'm messing things up on my side.
Let me see, let me see. You're not messing anything. Remember,
Look at that.
if it's in the ugly
There-
phase, it's just it's not done yet.
They're so, it's like, I can't blend them properly. They're
Okay,
so,
so what
okay, look at
watercolors are
that.
you using? Show me.
I'm, because they're easy. So they're the liquid
Okay,
ones.
the
So
liquid
this,
ones.
yes,
Okay,
the liquid
perfect.
ones. So the thing is, I feel that they don't really blend that well. It's like they're
Okay, so do me a
so,
favor. Change your paintbrush and use one of those paintbrush that you have in front of you in
okay,
the red bucket,
okay, okay, okay.
because that's gonna give you more control. I feel
Oh,
that you're
okay,
putting way too much water and then picking up too much water.
okay, okay. So, okay, I actually have, okay, I will do that. Okay, so go back to you. Okay, so what,
Yes.
okay, so we are almost done with this cute, cute puppy.
So here's our puppy. We need to figure it out what color we want our puppy to be.
Okay. So, okay, we have one that's on the, is it a brownish
Yeah, he's a little gray brownish
gray
kind of
brown?
color.
Okay. So, guys, let's ask them. Okay. Oh, and Marcus ordered Karandash for a gift. Ooh, cool.
Ooh.
Okay,
Oh my God, you're such a good friend.
yes, your friend will be super. Okay, maybe Moni, her girlfriend, maybe Moni would want to start also coloring and crafting. I'm trying to, to make them into crafters. So guys,
Yeah,
if you
Karen
are,
Dash, yeah. With
yes,
Karen Dash, you cannot go wrong. Their
yeah,
watercolor pencils are a dream to work with. The their regular color pencils are fabulous too. Like I don't think they do any art supply that it's not fabulous.
yeah. Oh, Karandash is actually, yes, it's based in your side of the world, Marcus. I think yes, could be right. It's
Mm-hmm.
could be from Germany or, yeah, probably Switzerland. So it could really be available for Marcus. Okay, friend, I told Marcus, since you already have an overhead setup, we will turn a crafter out of you. Guys, he did an amazing thing, right? So few days back he was my guest and we did crafting. He's not a crafter, guys, any form or shape, but he was, this was his third foray into crafting and he did an amazing thing. Congratulations, Marcus. That's so cool, said Lynn. Okay, I should ask her to make a red panda one. Oh, okay. Oh, that would be
Ooh.
awesome. But we don't have panda now. We have dogs though. There you go. Teal. Neon yellow. Oh my goodness. Neon yellow.
Neon yellow. Remember my sister Neon yellow? Actually she bought me the most amazing set. My sister did of neon watercolors. They are just gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Like gorgeous, gorgeous. They're so, so bright. They're like electric almost in color. They're gorgeous. Okay,
Okay.
so if you do not have watercolors in your stash, use your ink pads.
Okay,
Just
there you
again,
go.
squeeze the lid into the pad and get your ink like that. So
Okay,
there's no excuses.
okay,
You
thank you,
have the colors.
Marcus. Marcus just put Dallas's link on the chat. Thanks, Marcus.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you.
Yes, there you go. Marcus is super awesome, guys. He is all kinds of awesomeness today. Despite him, I don't know if he's still half asleep, half awake at this point because it's
I
really
know,
kind of
and
late.
between that and the bots being after him.
Oh, because I gave him moderator status now, so no more bots
Oh,
gonna run after him.
I know. We
Yes,
were having some fun with the pandas the other day, and the bots were not happy with him.
exactly.
Okay, so I just apply a little bit, again, a few drops of water into the lid of my pad, and I'm just grabbing little bits, and while it's still wet, I'm coming back with a little bit more of ink, and that's how I am adding my shadows. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not being perfect. I am literally dabbing because the idea of watercolor is that you have that just texture and movement, so it does not have to be perfect. So I'm just
Okay.
dabbing,
And I think
literally like
I
I
need to
am.
breathe.
So if
I'm
Yeah,
not
so if
breathing.
this is my palette and I just painted there, right? I'm just gonna come back with my color and I'm just gonna dab it. And you see how it moves? And
Mm-hmm.
if that's too bright, I'm gonna dry my paintbrush and I'm gonna go back and look how it removes the color.
Oh yeah. Okay, so it's
Did you
like your
see that?
colorless blender is just simply water.
It's simply putting clear water and
Mm-hmm.
dabbing.
Okay.
Okay?
Okie dokie. See,
Yeah, so it's
everything
just
is so
water.
fun and just chill with Dallas. So, because as she said, nothing wrong. Just do whatever you can to make it the
And
way you
have
want it.
fun. It's
Yes,
just
have fun.
paper.
There you go. Your constant reminder. It's just
My
paper,
constant
guys.
reminder that it's just paper. And if it's ugly, it means that you're not done, that you need to do more work on it. It
Okay.
does not mean that you do not know what you're doing or you're not good at it. It just
I think
means,
another issue that I realize I have is I am very, what do you call that? Impatient. It's not yet
yes.
dry. And then I will go ahead and put on another layer. And Pam
So
needed
the
to
thing,
go. Thank you, Pam. Okay.
oh, bye, Pam, happy birthday again. So the thing about that, that's why I stamped three of my puppies. So I always move from one, like your flower that is so huge,
Uh-huh.
start on one side and then move to the opposite side. So you let that dry. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I am
Oh.
gonna come back to my slate gray because, when you have something white, the shadows usually are gonna be a little bit on the gray side.
Oh, I
So
realized
I am
something.
just bringing a little bit of, and I don't mind if I'm grabbing a little bit of my water that it's dirty. I don't mind that because it's just for my shadow. And I'm just literally just touching my image. And I can do that because I know my green and my blue are mostly dry. I'm gonna do a little bit here on the pom pom on the top, which is adorable.
Yeah, it is.
I know the images. She has, I would say right now, currently, she has about 8 to 10 designers
Oh, wow.
in for her stamps, Crafting Kimmy, and they are all fabulous. Just
Gotta check
fabulous.
out Crafting Chemi later. Okay. And she's
Oh,
based in the UK?
She is based in Canada,
Oh, Canada. Sorry, Canada.
but I know for a fact that she ships worldwide.
Oh, awesome. How nice
She
is that?
ships, yeah, she ships everywhere, which is perfect. Okay, so
Okay.
now that my puppy down here is almost dry, so I'm actually putting my hand over it and seeing if it's cool or not to the touch. And mine is not cool, which means it's dry. So if your
Mm-hmm.
image feels cold or cool, that means that it's still wet. Okay?
Oh, okay. So everything
Yes.
seems to be wet
Yeah.
in my side. Hi guys,
So
it's
I
so
am gonna
funny.
go back to my Misty and remember that puppy that I stamped with the ink that was not waterproof?
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? I'm gonna overstamp it now with an ink that is waterproof.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So the one that we started it with,
Hmm.
okay, so it's not supposed to be because it was dye ink based, right?
Yeah,
Since
so the
it's
first one was
dry,
dye based. Yeah,
now you can go
it's
over it.
dry now. So I'm gonna put this guy in, and you're gonna see how it's suddenly the entire image comes to life. It's like it's so funny because as soon as you do really dark lines on the image after it has been watercolored, it just look how much brighter he looks.
Oh, it's so pretty. It's so cute.
And he is done. All I would do for him is to add some white gel pen,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or if you let it dry long enough, you could also do Prisma color pencil in white for the highlights. But you, but he's done. He's ready to go. You could fussy cut him or use your scanning card, either one. Mm,
Oh my gosh. This is so
drinking a
vibrant.
little
What
bit of
happened?
water.
What happened? What have I
Let
done?
me see. Let me see. Show us.
Oh
Show
my
us.
goodness. Look what happened. The green,
Oh
it's
my
so
God.
vibrant.
Okay, so
Come on, get
try
away.
it with. So put a little bit of clear water and then put your paper towel on top and let it rest for a little bit.
Yeah, it's like, oh my goodness, it's so green. I was like, what?
But you know
Uh,
what? It's not, because guess what? Once it dries out, Lala,
it's gonna lighten.
add add a little bit. It's not gonna lighten, but you can darken it. So you
Okay.
can add a darker green shadow, and the
Okay.
contrast between the dark shadow and the light of that green base that you have, it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna make it look a lot lighter, even though you do not go lighter. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Okay.
because
Okay.
that's the one thing. Like sometimes people say, "Oh, I went too dark. I'm gonna throw it away. I don't like it." And I'm like, "No, go even darker." And going darker on the opposite side, it's gonna just make it look not as dark, your original color. So
I'm not even breathing.
let me see
Gotta
if I
breathe.
can demonstrate that
Okay.
with a little bit of these guys. So I'm gonna use my pan pastels, and I'm gonna use Dubai and Cusco and Jordan. Those three colors are the darkest browns that I have in my entire collection of browns. Okay?
Okay.
And I just sprayed a little bit of water and I'm gonna let it do its thing. Do not mess with them. You spray the water, you let them bloom. You let them
Bloom.
do their thing because if you try to use them right now, immediately, all you're grabbing is that water that you just put in and not much pigment, okay?
Okie
So
dokie.
let it, let it bloom, like when you're making your coffee and I don't know how you make your coffee, Lala. I use a French press,
Uh, just a regular coffee maker.
regular coffee maker. So I am a coffee snob.
Yeah.
Um, and
Oh,
and
we
I
have
use a French.
coffee connoisseurs in the chat for sure. I know Lynn can
I
really make her,
I know
even
she makes the
latte art,
fanciest.
right? But I did study barista. I did take barista classes for my board game cafe. So I do know how
Oh,
to, but personally, regular coffee is fine with me since I have GERDs, right? So,
oh
actually,
yeah.
I'm not allowed to, but I love coffee, so I still do take coffee. Just not like before, like I used to do, like 2 to 3 in a day, right?
So
So
you know,
now I have,
Lala,
yeah, so I
if
can't do that
you
anymore.
if you do a if you cold brew your own coffee, if
Oh.
you brew it in cold instead of hot water, it
Mm-hmm.
takes longer because it takes about 24 hours to brew because you don't have the heat to actually brew the beans. It has it's very low acid.
Okay.
It
Yeah,
lowers
because
the acidity. Yes, it lowers the acidity of your coffee. So you may want to look into that. Okay,
okay,
so
I will. I
I'm gonna
will.
start
Thank
with
you.
my yeah, girl, any time because I don't know if I went for 3 months without coffee, and Lynn knows I was a mess.
That's why I think I've been having
I
headaches.
I was such a big mess. Okay, so I'm gonna use Cusco or Cusco, Dubai, and Jordan. You
Ooh.
see how dark those colors are?
Uh-huh.
They're intense. So that's where we're gonna go. And I am gonna show you in before I go on the puppy, I'm gonna show you right here in the piece of watercolor paper. So I am dipping my brush in my pan and I'm just like carving a little hole in it, just dipping it and keep dipping it until I
Mm-hmm.
have enough. Then I'm gonna put in my palette. And here's the color. It's
And maybe that is
super.
something that you get to know eventually, right? Like, when do you say
Hmm.
enough is enough, right? Okay, I think I
Yes.
have enough pigment or I have enough color in my
Hmm.
brush. Okay, so that's something that also like baffles me a lot. Like, okay, is this enough? How do I know that this is enough?
I
Right?
know. So I have a lot of water and pigment in my brush right now. Like way more than I would ever use, okay? Because I
Okay.
just dipped it and I haven't dabbed it into my paper towel. And I'm going to show you what happens. If I go to my watercolor paper and I put that, it's
Uh-huh.
going to puddle. Do you see how it's puddled?
Yes, yes. So we don't
You
want the
see it?
puddles.
Yeah.
Okay.
You do not want a puddle.
Okay.
Okay? Unless you're doing a background, a
Okay.
puddle is gonna it's gonna buckle your paper. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dry that brush in my paper towel, and my paintbrush now is as dry as I could get it from the paper towel. And I'm gonna put it back into my paper, and look how it takes all that water out.
Mm.
Did you see that?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So that's one way that you can um, go to a lighter color. Now, another way that you can go, and I'm going to go and put more color to it because I want something dark in there, because I want to show you how adding a darker color can make your image look lighter, which I know makes
Hmm.
absolutely no sense.
Exactly.
I
It's like,
get it, people.
darker,
I
lighter.
I I totally get it. but it's the contrast. It's your brain making you think, oh, this is just a shadow. So this part should be lighter. And your brain is going to see it as a lighter color. So I'm going to bring Dubai, which is a brown that has a lot of red. And if you don't know what I mean, is it means that when they created this pigment, the base of this brown was a red undertone. Okay?
Okay.
So this first one, Cusco, was a yellow undertone
Okay.
brown. And this one is a red undertone. So I'm coming with a very good amount of that Dubai, and I'm gonna come just to the corner, and I'm gonna dab in, and I'm gonna dab in my paper towel, and I'm just gonna bring a little bit of that Dubai just to make it darker. I'm gonna go to my Jordan, which is even darker than my Dubai, and
So
this
it's
Jordan
like, okay,
has,
so we're just now in the Far East with all the names of
yes, I
the
know,
colors.
Dubai, Jordan, yep, the
Yeah.
colors. I know
Yeah.
these colors, the names are so fun. It has Jamaica, London, Inca,
Exactly.
Budapest, Tokyo. We're
So
all over the
nice.
world.
Yes, exactly. Just like what we are right now in the chat. And thank you so much, guys, for
Exactly.
cheering me on. You guys are so awesome. Thank you. Thank you. And of course,
Some
I would never have done this if not for Dallas. It's like, you can do this. I'll make you love
Yeah.
watercolor. It's like, okay, okay.
So I am bringing that Jordan that has a purple undertone
Mm-hmm.
into the mix now. And it's super dark. And I just brought it to just the smallest amount here on the corner. Okay?
Okay.
And I want you to look at it and see how suddenly this looks so much lighter than it was before.
Wow. But it did take, sorry guys, I stuck my microphone. It did take a while though, right? So it's not as if it's like instantly gonna look like that, right? So it patience, Lala, patience. I'm learning how to be
Patience.
patient.
And
Yes.
if you think one color is too dark, just add that same color but darker on one corner. Just a little amount. And what it does is to make your brain
Mm-hmm.
process the whole image as one entity from light to dark.
Okay, okay. So I'm
So
learning
we are
so
going to go
much.
and we're going to apply that to our puppies. I'm going to go with a cute little brown puppy,
Do I have a
and
brown?
I am gonna just doing a base layer, which is a pretty dark base layer. I usually don't go this dark on the first base layer.
Mm-hmm.
Usually my base layers are almost transparent. It's just a hint of color. But since I want to show how adding dark colors as your shadows can make your, let's say it's gonna brighten up your image, make it look lighter. Okay,
Okay.
so here's our puppy, and I'm using
Awesome.
Costco. Isn't he adorable? She's so cute. And then I'm gonna bring the Dubai, which was our middle tone, and I'm gonna put it here in the bot where
So for
the little
beginners,
tail.
Dallas, like how many layers do you think would be like for them
I
not
would
to be overwhelmed and all?
I would say 2 to 3. So this would be our second layer.
Okay.
Okay, our middle tone, right?
Oh my goodness, what am I
This would be
doing?
our second layer, which is the middle tone. And do notice that it looks really red
Okay.
right now. And that's okay. If you think it's too red and you want to fix it and you want to add more of the original one, that's fine too. But that's when it comes and learning and playing with your supplies
Mm-hmm.
to know what colors are gonna look like. So I know um that Dubai has a lot of red in it because I love that color and I have used it plenty of times. So Dubai is usually the watercolor that I pick when I'm using a shadow on a red. Like
A
if I am
shadow
doing a
on a
Santa
red.
suit. Yeah, if I'm doing a Santa suit or a flower that is red,
Mm-hmm.
instead of adding a shadow that is black or gray, I will add Dubai because it's a darker color, which is a brown, with an undertone in red. So I know it's not gonna clash with it.
Okay.
I know that is a lot.
Don't worry, guys. We can do this. We just need to
You
like.
guys all can do this.
Mm-hmm.
You sure can. Because let me tell you, it's just, you just need to play. And when I'm coloring, I don't know if you guys can see, I'm really just dabbing with my brush. So I have a few favorite brushes, and it's not the type of brush, but the size of the brush.
Oh.
I love to work on the smaller size of brushes.
Oh,
Um,
rather than the go bigger one.
yes, because you
Oh.
have a lot more control of what you're doing. Oh, at least I feel like I have. Maybe I don't have more control, but I feel like I
Uh-huh.
have more.
Okay.
And it's all in the feeling, you know? If you feel great, then you do great.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. I'm
Let me
still
see.
messing this up. Look at this.
No, you're not.
Look, they're
Let me
all
see
over
it.
the place.
Let me see it.
Okay. Okay. So let's add some more details over onto the side.
Okay, so
Okay.
Lala, that looks really good for a base color. So keep
This one.
working at it. Yes,
Okay.
girl, that looks amazing. Okay, so
Okay.
I would recommend for you to do a blue background when you're gonna do a
This
background
one?
on that, because yes, because that's gonna either blue, a teal, or a like a blue green,
Mm-hmm.
because it's gonna pop those flowers. It's
Okay.
gorgeous. Girl, that looks amazing. Look at you.
Yay! Oh my goodness. Okay, now there's a big
So,
one that is too. Okay, mix. Come on, guys, mix. It's like
so I would do even darker.
on
Okay,
on
are
the
you ready?
ends. Okay.
Not on the ends, but near the center. I
Okay,
would go
center.
like with a orange mixed with a brown.
Orange mixed with brown. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, let's try that.
Because you already used an orange. I can see it.
Okay. Is this the right color? See, that's the thing. I don't have what Dallas is saying. I don't have those swatch. So I don't know what I'm doing. Exactly what color is gonna come out when I mix this to this.
Okay, so one of
So,
the things that I do like to
mm-hmm.
do is, Lala, when you mix a color, dab it on a piece of white paper towel. It's gonna, that color that you see in the paper towel,
Mm-hmm.
that's the color that it's gonna dry.
Okay. All
So
right.
that's another tip. So like I'm have a mix of colors here that's really pretty, and I'm gonna bring my paper towel, and I'm just gonna dab it.
Mm-hmm.
That color that you got there, that's exactly how your color is going to dry.
Okay.
Okay?
This is okay. To a little light though. Okay. So
And I think I'm gonna go a little bit
I don't even know how.
off
Am
of.
I holding the brush right? Is there like a proper way of holding a
So,
brush?
you
Is
know
it
what?
like
That's a great question. Do you like to make things perfect?
yes?
Okay, that's great to know. So, my sister, you remind me of my sister. She is a super perfectionist. I love her to pieces. This is to my sister. Um, so I would say for people that tend to be want everything perfect,
Mm-hmm.
hold the brush farther away. Instead of
Oh,
holding it like a pencil,
yes, I was doing like that.
hold it
Okay.
at least after the middle of the brush. Find the middle of the brush and hold it
Okay.
behind that.
Okay.
Why?
Why?
Because that is going to take precision away from you. Lala,
Okay.
it does not need to be perfect.
Okay.
Okay?
Perfection. Perfection.
Yes.
Bye
So
bye.
I'm holding my brush almost to the end, if you notice. Like I'm
Yeah.
almost up to the end because I want it to be loose.
You
I
know.
don't want anything to be like perfect. So I'm like dabbing here, dabbing there, but I'm like, I don't care. Is it perfect? No. Do I love it? Yes.
But they're like
Okay.
there's lines. I don't want to see the lines. I see the lines.
You
Ah,
see the lines?
you know, guys, right? So yourself is your worst critic, right? Sometimes it's
Yes,
like
it is.
some people will say, "No, it's nice," it's not, but you would say, "No, it's not. It's ugly." Like you know, but others actually, I don't know, because sometimes
Yes, I
friends
know.
are like very nice.
I know. I tell everyone we are our worst critic.
Exactly.
Worst critics ever.
Okay, so gosh, oh my goodness, we're 1.5 hours on to this one. I'm sorry, guys, we're just
What?
having so much fun. It's 10:36, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, so
Oh my
this was the
goodness, I'm
first
sorry.
one.
Wow.
Whoa,
Oh my
really? You
God,
know?
that looks so cute.
Yeah. So
Okay,
this is the
so
first one.
Lala,
This is the second one. Yes.
I want you to touch the first one and see if it's dry.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not cold, right?
Yes, but this one is very much not dry.
Oh, I bet it is because you were just working on it.
Uh.
So the other thing that I would recommend you to work on this, now
Mhm.
you can add on top of that, you could add color pencils.
Oh, I can add not just. Oh,
Yes, you
yeah, you're right.
could add pan pastels,
Okay. I don't think I have pan pastels, but I do have pastels, but not the pan.
chalks.
Yes, I do have
You could add
chalks.
chalks,
Yeah.
and all of that is just to add and blend those lines that you don't like.
Yeah. Many of them.
Okay?
Okay. There's kind of lot. Okay. Okay. I see. Oh, oh my gosh. What have I done? Uh, 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 it's too bright.
It
Oh no.
looks, Lala, I don't know what you're talking about. I love it.
Too bright. Move, 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 move.
I love it. Let me see if I can
Okay.
get my
You know
Jelly
what?
Roll
We'll
white
just
pen.
have to do with that. Okay, because it's already 10:36 and Marcus needs to sleep also.
Yes.
And hi, Sir Norman. Don't be shy, Mom. Yes, that's my moderator daughter. She actually is the artist in the family. She paints acrylic, watercolor, oil. She
Ooh.
does everything. I'm super proud of her. She's the me that I wanted all my life. Shanna, hello. Looking very nice. That is from Wims. Wims is actually also a painter artist. Thank you, Marcus. Yes, I really like it too. Thanks, Jay. It's beautiful, Lala. Oh, guys, you're so kind. Mwah, I love you all. Why don't I see
It
Mommy
really
Lala's
looks
workstation?
good.
Yes, because I wanted to, because Dallas is showing us tutorial, so it's nice if she's the one in focus. And of course, it also makes me relax when I'm behind the scenes. My wife. Yes, and this is David. David is gonna be my guest on the 24th. Okay, before Jay, which is on the
Ooh.
25th. We are going to be sewing, you know, what do you call this? Stockings, right?
I'm coming to that one. I love sewing.
Yes, there you go. And he is actually the creator behind Spooling Around, guys. So there you go. You don't want to be around Dallas. Oh no, on no coffee. True. Oh wow,
Yes.
spooling around. That's super sweet. Yes, right. So, David actually created for his wife. 3D printed a bunch of half pants for her. Yes, David recently, have been, he created the 3D printer, assembled one, and he's been doing a lot of 3D printing as well. Lala, it has
That
been
is
so
so
fun.
sweet.
Yes, thank you, Gretchen. I have to run. My live is coming. Yes, I know, I know. Thank you so much, Gretchen. Okay, I'll head over to there after. Okay, no coffee sounds like torture. Yes, Lynn. I had to cut coffee out of my diet. It was hard. Yes, David, it was hard. I always had constant headaches when I was. Oh, Marcos did another super chat. Marcos, stop hiding your face. There you go. Looking good, Mommy Lala. Thank you, Wims. You should have an extra paper to check the color first. Yes. So Dallas actually gave me also a hack. So what do you call- paper towel that I was using can also help me check that out. It does not have to be exact. It's art. Thank you, Marcus. Good morning, ma'am. Hi, New Terrace Gardening. Thank you so much. Full support. Thank you so much. Maybe you should get drunk before painting so you're more actually, Marcus, and I'd probably be singing alongside you guys. Okay, when I do that, right? And Dallas is a pro, said Wims. She even knows how to hold the brush. The master artist hold it at the very end because they want it to look painterly, meaning not so perfect. See, I know I was doing it all the wrong way. I was holding like a pencil, right? So it has to be that. Okay, so starting today, I will probably okay not probably I will do daily watercolor, and to prove that I will post it. Okay, so that's because I really want to learn this watercoloring, right? So, and I think that is how can you learn if you're not you actually using it, right? So one time tutorial doesn't do it. You have to constantly do it, and I will promise. Okay, go go, Mommy Lara. Thank you, Zell. Oh, Marcus, that's a good idea. There's a sip and go here in the
Ooh.
Philippines where you drink wine
Okay.
and eat cheese while painting. Yes, my daughter actually took 10 classes there one summer, and she created maybe about half a dozen or more paintings. They are great. Great
Wow.
job, Lala. Thank you so much, Shanna. This morning, the electricians had to turn off the electricity. I didn't have my second cup of coffee. Oh no, Cordelia. I
I'm
hope you're
sorry,
better
Cordelia.
now. I hope it gets better. And I think Dawn also had an issue with because I think maybe the weather right now in some of the places. So some have no power, like Dawn when she was doing the art Yahtzee with Jay the other day. So she was just on data because the power was out.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Yes, Sammy said, I took classes there before. The teachers are very helpful and there are lots of paintings to choose from. Yes, so I'm very happy that at least even if, I don't have that, artistic, side of me. I'm very much a crafter, but at least my daughter got it. She is good at painting actually, really anything I want to go there. Yes, Cordelia, let's go
Go
there.
there.
Yes, because it's called Sip and Go. All right, so guys, I forgot. I was so engrossed in like following Dallas prompts. I forgot. Have you ever tried watercoloring, or are you like me that has always been on the fence, looking at others do it really nicely and just. Oh, that's nice, but never really you yourself done or love it. So, can you put it in the chat? Have you ever tried watercoloring? This should have been asked in the beginning because this was going to be like a guide for Dallas to know your the levels of the people in the chat. Sorry, Dallas, I forgot to put
It's
it
okay.
there. Okay, and of course, our dear guest for today is StamprGrl. Okay, she's on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube as StamprGrl. Guys, the Stamper is Stampr. Okay, and GRL. So no vowels there except for the A in the stamp. Okay, so her blog is also a stampergirl.wordpress.com. All of these links are in the description of this video. Okay, Dallas, ours, maybe you could invite them over to your regular live streams and also
Yes.
your videos.
Yes. So I try to do live streams. Thanks to Lala, that was the one who recommended I should try it, and I love them. Every Friday at we wait for craft roulette to go be done because I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to compete with that monster of a crowd. But after they finish around 8:30, 9 o'clock Central Standard Time here in the US, I go live and it's a crafty, I call it a crafty check-in. So I check in with everyone. I ask them how their week is going,
Mm-hmm.
what they have been working on, if they finished doing any challenges, have they found any challenges or any sales that we need to check, and what I need to go and check in. So we do a couple of cards every once in a while. I love it when my daughter Bianca joins us, and I know Jay has a blast when Bianca joins in. He says that we have great chemistry for a live, and it's because she's making fun of me the entire live.
Ah,
So yes. So she makes me giggle and I make her giggle back. And
okay.
she creates too.
Again, Dallas, what is the day again? Sorry, it's Thursday?
It's Friday
Oh,
my time, so it would be
oh,
Thursday
yes. So
yours.
I know it's a
Yeah.
Saturday about 11:30ish Philippine time. So perfect, right? So before you're
Yes.
headed off to lunch, you can watch okay while you're having lunch,
Yes.
right? So that's perfect. So that's 11:30 Saturday Philippine time. And finally they are answering. Wim said, yes, absolutely and totally. Yes, I do watercolor occasionally, Cordelia. So I have done watercolors before, said Brenda. I think I'm the only one here.
That's my sister.
Oh, hi, Brenda. Okay, we heard so much about you that we're kind of similar in the sense that we're both a little bit on the perfectionist side. Okay, and I will try gouache next year.
Ooh,
Okay,
yes.
so oh my gosh, I still have to work on watercolors. Okay, but is gouache something similar to watercolor?
So yeah, so the difference between gouache and watercolors is watercolors are transparent versus gouache are opaque.
Oh, okay. But you also use it with water.
Yes. And
Oh,
you use it in watercolor paper. Yeah.
okay, watercolor paper. Okay, go, Miss Wims. Okay, something to look forward to. You both did an amazing job today. Kudos. Thank you so much, Don.
Oh,
Okay,
thank
thank you
you.
so much, guys. I just want to do a shout out as well to Miss Wims. I actually received your. She handmade everything, Dallas, from the tag down to the packaging. The paper that she used to pack or to wrap the gift that she sent over, and I am so excited. I wanted to open it, but I won't because I open all gifts on Christmas Eve. I'm still
Oh,
a
you're
child at
so
heart.
good.
I'm still a child at heart, right? So I really want. So my kids and I, we stay up till midnight, and then when the clock strikes 12, then that's the time we open all our gifts, right? So that's why one time somebody gifted me food, a perishable one. I didn't know. So it was given to me like first week of December when we opened it
Oh
Christmas Day.
no!
And you were like, what is that stinky thing? So it was a gift.
What's now?
So that's the downside of opening gifts like on Christmas Day, right? So now I ask, is this food? Because if it is, I have to open it up already. But if it's not,
Yes.
then it goes under the tree, right? So there you go.
Well, you guys are opposite to us, so we will open the present.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, go like, yay! And
Ah,
then wrap it back in and put it under the
ah.
tree after I know what it is. But I'm like, ooh, I got it, I
I
got it.
try. I really, really try. But it's like so. I was like doing like that with the package. Oh, there is something on the edge. What could this be? This is soft. This is hard.
Shake.
Yeah. So
You're
maybe
doing the
my
shake
yes, the shaking, the
smell
smelling.
test.
Oh, guys, we're still a kid at heart. Really.
Of
Sometimes when people
course.
call me, like one time I was in the store and then a child was tugging at my dress, and then she was calling me wowa wowa wowa. Lola means grandma, and so I told my daughter, huh, do I really like look like a grandma? Because in my mind, I'm still like 25, no,
Oh
35,
no.
just like that, right? So then I
I
realized,
know.
yeah, I'm 50. Yeah, I can be a grandma for sure. Marcus said, I'll invite Lala to do watercolor on my stream. Oh my goodness. Marcus, no.
Marcus, that's genius. But let her have a little drink before.
We'll do Marcus sip and go thing, right? Okay. I'm glad. Oh, no, actually, no. I will, as I said the other day when I went live stream, Dallas, I'm so good at negative. I'm glad you okay. Not really, but slowly, slowly, Wims. I have a lot of negative self talk, and oftentimes it goes out into the stream, and that's not good, especially if we're trying to influence people to love what we're doing, right? So but then of course it's for me, just being authentic. I'm being authentic me, but that doesn't mean that I can't like look on the other side of the fence, right? So
Mhm.
2024, okay, I need to lessen that. Okay, slowly, slowly remove that negative self-talk out of me and out of my live streams. So yes, I
Yeah.
love watercolor. There you go. That's a
Watercolor is fun.
okay. It
But
is.
I'm gonna keep you to it. You said you were gonna try it and post.
Oh yeah, daily. Yes, make me accountable,
I'm
guys.
like, if
So
I don't see it, I'm tagging you.
all right, go.
Lala, where is your daily
Yes.
watercolor?
Thank you, thank you. I really need to. It doesn't have to be perfect or like this big, maybe a
No.
small, tiny flower or
Mhm.
whatever, right? And that's the only way for me to learn. Like before, I couldn't understand how people do scrapbooks and all. And then I fell in love with it. And then now I'm okay with it. Okay, so Wim said, that's because she made me a craft. Yes, actually, Wims is
Oh.
really an artist, Dallas. So if you go to her channel, you would see a lot of paintings. She's painting really from acrylic, watercolor, everything. The real artsy stuff. But then I watched her one time and I was so amazed by what she was doing and invited her over to the channel just to watch. And then she started crafting. So now the funny yes, the
Yes.
funny thing about her is that you know how we are. We have all this stash, right? So we have all
Yes.
the papers, all the embellishments, all the things. She doesn't have. What she has are brushes and paints, right? So I said, okay,
Yeah.
the theme for tonight, we're gonna do this and that. Oh, I don't have Halloween stickers. I don't have Halloween paper. I don't have this and that. You know what she does? She creates them from scratch. She paints. She
Oh.
creates her own pattern paper and then submits it at the end of the show. It's like, whoa, we're so blown away. But slowly,
Wow.
slowly, she has also gained a little bit of how it is with the crafts and crafty things,
Hmm.
right? There you go. Yes, fooling around.
Shopping is part of the hobby.
Exactly. Thank you, Marcus from Dawn. Okay, just had memories of scoring for our presents in mommy's hiding spots when we were little. Exactly. I would do that also. I know that my parents would be probably buying it my October. So I would, when they're gone, I was like, is it here? Is it there? But our parents are so good. I don't know how they kept a lot of those gifts, but somehow we're able to find them. And when we
Oh
wake
yeah,
up,
we
it's
looked
it's it's
everywhere.
it's there, right?
Yeah.
So it's so good. Okay, just had okay. There you go. So we have to do it, Lala. People want to see it. Okay, since I said I'm not gonna do negative self, so okay, we'll do it, Marcus. Just say when and where, but I hope not now. I'll go and buy some watercolors. Okay, go, Marcus. Yes, because I'm also trying to turn water Marcus into a crafter.
Well, Marcus is in Germany. Where
He's
is
in
he?
Switzerland. So it's actually pretty late right now for him. So it's maybe 2 o'clock in the
Marcus,
morning.
you have the best chances to getting some of the best watercolors.
Yeah,
I
I
am
know, right?
so green of envy.
Oh, yeah, yes, he is. So I actually during our show, guys, sorry if you didn't need to leave. It's okay. We understand. It's just this is the part where we just do a little bit of chit chat before we leave, right? So, but if you do need to leave, it's okay. So I asked him to do a specific crafty project. And the thing is, of course, Marcus is not a crafter, right? So he doesn't have all of these things. So he actually went out and went to not one, but two stores just to get the things that I asked him to do. And he actually made a video, about 2 to 3 minute video of how he did all of those things, and how, as a content creator, he's into tech and community building. So he doesn't need an overhead, right? So he also put that in the video. It's so much fun, guys. You need to look it out. And then if you have not
I
yet,
need to go look at
yes,
it.
go to Marcus's. Okay, now Marcus has been a friend for almost more than 2 years, and I call him Marcus Schaub all the time. I would say his surname Schaub, and during our live stream the other week, I said it's Schaub. So I was pronouncing his surname wrong all the time, but he's so nice
Oopsie.
that he never corrected me. Oh, that's fine, Lala. It's okay. I go with both, right? So it's Schaub. Okay, Marcus Schaub. Okay, so there he's from Switzerland. And guys, if you have not seen his Vega channel, go ahead and see it and see why we love Marco so much, right? And there you go. And Kimbucha, oh my goodness, I haven't seen you in a while, my friend. Glad I could catch a vlogmas stream. Happy holidays. Yes, Kim. Hello, hello, hello. She's also a super awesome, content creator. Check her out. She's from the US. It's almost 4 a.m. Marcus! You cannot
Oh,
go to sleep
Marcus.
now. No way. Bye, Marcus. We're ending. Fooling around. We are drowning in arts and craft supplies in our house. Yes, actually, David is not just into sewing. He's also into a ton of arts and crafts, and he's a super techie guy. But that's his day job. So he doesn't, just like Jay. Since that's their day job, they don't want to be bothered by that. They want to do other things when they do their live streams. So we have amazing, creators in the chat, and I'm super
Yes.
blessed that you guys are here. And please do check each other out, right? And last time before we leave, yes, this is StamprGrl. She's on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, and of course her blog. And she's very, very talented. She's actually design team member of so many awesome brands and companies, one of which she used tonight. Okay, Kimin Crafty, I'm sorry, what's the name of
Yeah.
the
So I'm not part of her team, but
oh,
I
not
love her
yet. Okay,
stuff.
okay,
This is
okay.
this is Crafting Kimmy's,
Crafting Kimmy.
and she is, yes, she it does, seriously, the stash
Uh-huh.
that I have from Crafting Kimmy is no joke. I
Oh, actually,
I may have
guys.
as I may have as much stuff of her stuff, like if I were in her team, but I'm
Yeah.
not in her team. Um,
Okay,
but
there you
she's
go.
amazing.
Yes. And guys, one thing that Dallas is also good at, hauls, crafty hauls. Oh my gosh, whenever she has crafty hauls, you have to be there. It's like always, ooh, and when she does it, she gets it at super discounts also, right? So she is, a funny thing is, that end, you're like me. One time, her haul, she said, I forgot I had this. She got it like so long ago, and then she was unboxing it just several weeks back, and she forgot about it, right? Because there's
Yeah.
just, coming into the, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all this, and then the end of the season, so many amazing deals, right? So
Well, and the thing is that the packages were coming, and we are also in hockey season. So it's go, go, go for hockey games. My
mm-hmm,
daughter plays hockey,
mm-hmm.
and it's like it's just put the packages inside and just run and get her on time for the game, because oh wait, I was gonna say because she doesn't have her driver's license, but as of today, she
Oh
is
my!
an official US driver.
Oh, congratulations! Woohoo! Celebrating with you and your
Yes.
daughter. Okay, so now you don't need. Okay, maybe still you need to accompany her.
A
Several
little
times,
bit at the
yeah,
beginning,
until she,
yeah.
yes. Okay, so my daughter is the same. She is going to start driving pretty soon, so I don't need to bring her to school. So she can drive as well. Okay, she finds amazing stuff all the time. Exactly. Another thing who's so good at Hall, Lynn. LV handcrafted, right? So
Yes.
guys, okay, so better check them out. Again, Dallas, thank you so much. Guys, I know Marcus is not gonna sleep until we end. So we have to end this so we can let Marcus go to sleep. Guys, thank you so so much. And Marcus, thank you for being an amazing and awesome moderator for
Thank
tonight.
you.
And of course, Dallas. Love you to pieces, my dear crafty sister. Thank you so much. And I hope this is not the last time, right? The first time, but not
Oh,
the last time. All right, with that, thank you so much. And have a great rest of the day or night for you all. Bye.
bye.
Okay, thank you so much again, Dallas, for coming over tonight. And yes, Craft Getaway 2024 is gonna be in February 24, 25, 26. More details coming up next week. With that, thank you so much and see you again tomorrow. I'm gonna be having Victor. Yes, Victor is a tech person, but he's gonna be crafting tomorrow. Bye.